Many of us are asking Donald Trump to please go further by helping to designate some individuals as individuals or individual of particular concern, like that of Kwakwan Sop. Kwakwan Sop released a statement in the midst of all of this, right? And Kwakwan Sop is the former governor of Kano State. He is one of the governors that signed Sharia into law, which is now being used to sentence people to death for blasphemy in Kano. So he is one of the targets of the Americans. He didn't know. Yesterday, Kwakwan Sop then tweeted that Nigerians need to come together. We are all together. We are one. There's no religious persecution in Nigeria. Now, so one American congressman quoted him and said, "Are you not the one that signed Sharia into law, blasphemy into law in Kano? That they are about to use one now to kill somebody. You will hear from us too. You are one of the people we are looking for." Baba, Twitter said delete us. Greek in it. It no reach 30 minutes. Kwakwan Sop deleted that post, that tweet, where he was encouraging Nigerians to come together. And, in the case there's no religious persecution in Nigeria, the blah, the blah. Alaye sare delete the jargon, sir. You cannot be signing law that persecutes people, that is going to cut people's hands off, that is going to kill people because of your prophets, because of your religion, Sharia, inside a country that's supposed to be a secular country. Show mad. Why not divide the entire place? Everybody going one way. Oh, more copy my swell or Maiyegun, but length of conveyance, Oh, anyway, I think I'm kind of like getting older now. Right? Sometimes it's just like, it was like a Maiyegun of 5 years ago. Imagine if he would go for sorry, lost straight up. We have each kilo mean like, why not go get your whole country? Why are you trying to force something and coexist? Something that more, hey. So now, Alaye deleted the entire thing. Tifnumbu as well, in order to try to placate the jihadist Islamic terrorist of northern Nigeria, said Nigeria population now have 54% Muslims, 48% Christians. 58% Muslims, 41% Christians. And so they go delete them again. So when they said that to make them feel good in the north, right? Now so they started and say, the last time they actually used religion during census was in 1963. Like they've stopped asking people their religion. People are just using speculation that the Nigerian population is Muslim 50-50. The population of Muslims in Nigeria can't be more than 40 or 38%. For real, I know some of you will hate me for that, but for real. Because most of us don't get any religion, and nobody is documenting us. The northern part of Nigeria, the population of Muslims in northern part of Nigeria, if you put out of 100%, right, the population of Muslims in northern part of Nigeria is not up to 45%. But they have pushed that narrative for so long that they even made the people of Middle Belt, they said they are part of northern Nigeria. We are one north. So they call them minority. Because, the system kind of like ensured that these terrorists managed to seek power and take power. It succeeded. So in reality, meanwhile, that's the more reason why they needed to clear some of these Christian communities in northern part of Nigeria. I'm using northern part of Nigeria right now, but I'm supposed to be saying the Middle Belt part of Nigeria. Even in Sokoto, all these areas where it seems like you have the Fulani, Kanuri, Muslim majority, right? You still have substantial existence of Christians. But most of them have been like wiped off now, sent to IDP camps. Since you all believe that they are all Muslim, they are supposed to be Muslims. A country that was supposed to protect them continued to play with their lives. They're not ready to tackle that. The jihadists, those ones that are killing people, they are not as vicious as those who are in government sponsoring them. And that is why the whole thing is so compromised. So Ndume said whatever Trump has must be wrong intel for him to say that he's coming to get. Listen to him.
Well, everybody has come out to deny that. That is not to say that Christians are not being killed. And also, what we have been saying is that it is not only the Christians that are being killed, but Muslims are also being killed. This has been confirmed by both religion, and in fact other people too. There are people that have been killed. There's a lot of killings going on in Nigeria for the past 16 years or more. That is from the Boko Haram insurgents in 2009. Nobody can deny that. But to say exclusively that it is the Christian that are being targeted depends on where the event happens. If an event happens in Plateau or Christian-dominated area, naturally it is the Christians that will be the victims, as it is now in Benue and Plateau. If you go to other areas that are Muslim-dominated, and it depends on what type of criminality that is going on there, the victims are naturally going to be the Muslims. And if a church is attacked, of course, the victims will be Christians in that church. And if a mosque is attacked, it will be, the Muslims basically that will be the victims. And if, of course, an attack such that happened in bus station in Nyanya, where over 400 people were killed, then you find all sorts of...
It's indiscriminate.
It's indiscriminate. This is what is going on in Nigeria right now. The Boko Haram, that is the terrorists, the ISWAB, and ISIS is going on there. There are the bandits in the northwest that are killing Muslims even in mosques, because there are few churches there. And of course in Plateau, churches are being attacked, but that is also between the herdsmen who happen to be Fulanis and the farmers, predominantly Christians. So it is a matter that affects all Nigerians, so to say. So for Trump to have come out to declare that is, I can say, out of ignorance. And you see, I have been to America myself. An average American is innocently ignorant. You find an American who lives in Ohio, grows up in Ohio, and he's never been to Chicago.
I went to university in Ohio, by the way.
And then, but you didn't go to Chicago?
So be careful what you say.
I didn't know.
But I did go, well, actually, I used to go to Chicago. Chicago is just about 5 hours from where I was in Ohio. So 5 hours drive.
I schooled in Toledo.
I know Toledo very well.
Toledo
is in the far north of Ohio.
I arrived because there is no airport in Toledo. I arrived at Dayton, what they call it.
Yeah, I know Dayton.
Okay, so you
Dayton was 30 minutes from where I was in Cincinnati.
Oh, you were in Cincinnati.
Yeah, I was in Cincinnati, then Columbus.
To Toledo is also, I think, 30 minutes or less. So you can see an average American from Cincinnati would, grow up, die in Cincinnati without ever being to Toledo, Ohio.
Yeah, it's a very inward-looking society.
So this is, Donald Trump himself does not really know, he's ignorant about what is happening in Nigeria. And that is where the problem is. I raised this alarm on the 7th.
Yes, you had a motion.
You
moved a motion, yeah.
The motion is titled, The Urgent Need to Correct the Misconception Going On, where American senator wants Nigeria to be reclassified again as CPC, because we have been on that list when Obama, these guys were.
Well, even Trump, in Trump's first administration, we were in that list.
But then we were lifted, and that was when we were struggling to get, when the attack of the insurgents, the terrorists, was at its peak, and we desperately needed air support, and, like Tucano. Lee Law prevented us from getting that. And Buhari has to go to Washington, meet with Donald Trump, then convince him, because I remember he told me then that Donald Trump looked at him in the face and said, you are there and they are killing Christians. What the hell is going on? And Buhari, being a calm person, allowed Trump to vent out. And he said, look, this is not what's going on. And, he went him through and would prove. I remember that Nigerian top government officials had to go even before ICC to defend Nigeria as to those allegations then. I remember Simon Lalong was the governor of Plateau. He had to go there because there were killings in Plateau too. But surprisingly, when I brought this motion, this government, was really more of indifferent about it, and they were treating it with levity. And look at what is going on now. All have been diverted to making noise, and you don't.
Well, it's a reactionary thing, isn't it? They've now become, rather than being proactive, to have dealt with it.
Yeah.
Because on the strength of the motion that people like you put out.
And you remember that this whole problem came out from the American Congress. That is the same as National Assembly in here, isn't it?
Absolutely.
But did you hear National Assembly here doing anything?
Reacting to it.
Reacting to it.
Officially
or proactively. Yeah. When I brought the motion, even the prayers of the motion was stood down, and they said they have set a committee to look at the motion. And look at what has happened now.
That's a very good point.
So nothing happened. Charm, our lady, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I am very well, thank you. So it's good to hear from you
I'm
again.
good.
So good morning, is it?
Good morning. It's lovely to join you.
It's a pleasure, man.
I don't know. The country is going crazy. That's all I can say.
Everyone is somehow like in apprehension, as well as anticipation of. Are we just going to probably wake up tomorrow morning and Trump is going to tell us that he's carried out a strike? And would that change the entire conversation? Or that could be the beginning
it would be
to this madness, please.
It would be interesting, I'm just listening to Charles and Ndume. You see these two people, Charles, whatever his name is, and this Ndume. How they deviate and talk about, I was in school even higher.
Deviation.
And I don't even know what it is, to be honest. We have a serious problem. You are there reminiscing about your whether it's your glory days or whatever it is that you want to call, whatever it is that you're recollecting. That's not the point. Okay, we don't need to hear about your Ohio, Toledo, whatever. They like to do all these stupid things. Anyway, that's not even the reason why. It was irritating listening to them, talk like that. Now, Ndume is telling people that what the killing is going on in Plateau is a farmers herders class in 2025. Aren't you bunch of people ashamed of yourselves? Yeah. Why should you have herdsmen running around the whole place saying that they are doing cattle rearing, for goodness sake, in the 21st century? Why is it that it's not something that people have prioritized to make sure that there's somewhere for them to do that cattle range in an industrial way, the way the rest of the world is doing it, for goodness sake, without harassing other people on their own properties, on their own land, on their own, what they call it again, ancestral home, for goodness sake. You're not asking them to share their ancestral home. And when they have said no, you guys have killed them, and now you're coming to debate about them. And you're still blaming them.
What to help them? The government can't help them.
You said it repeatedly on this platform. Nigeria is not a real place. It is not a real country. It is not governed by anything tangible. So if we that were waiting for this bunch of criminals to do the right things, I think we're the ones that have a problem, honestly. We're the ones that have a problem because at the end of the day, we know that these people are incapable of doing anything that is right. This what's it called? This whole America coming to whether invade, like the previous one of your callers said, yes, it might not be a case of boots on the ground, right? And all of that. It might be a case of using drones and whatever because they know exactly where all these people are, whatever, So it's not a case of, we're going to have the American soldiers, on the ground and everything. The only concern that I would raise is that this stupid entity, but then again, I think we've just said it now, that Nigeria is not really place because if you assume that this is a sovereign country, you say, why would another sovereign nation come and target another sovereign nation? But because it ceased being a sovereign nation, the military.
This is not a sovereign country.
It's not a sovereign country, and it sees being a sovereign country. The first time that we were attacked by these people and we didn't do anything, we kept on acquiescing to them. They kept on advancing. It sees being a sovereign country. It became
them, like your government would tell you that these people that are killing our people, they are not from Nigeria. But in the same breath, the government is saying that for peace to reign, let us give them land. Are we not invading?
Exactly, we already invaded, so we see it being a sovereign country, and we have people, bunch of people, the people in our rise, but all of these people, the pastors, all of these people, I keep saying, Tinubu's government is the gift that keeps giving. If we didn't know who our enemies were, today we know who they are. They are your pastors. They are the journalists that you have all around the whole place who refuse to admit that there's a problem and talk about it. They're the ones that want to keep on lining their pockets with the monies that these criminals are giving to them. It's your politicians, the people like Ndume, Gumi that is out there saying that it's good for, it is okay now, they're just kidnapping people. Can you imagine the madness that is going on? That these people are allowed to kill, for goodness sake.
Like school
they're
children.
Just kidnapping school children.
Like, do you have children?
It's okay. It's okay. They just take him, kidnapping them, raping them, killing them. That should incite you. That should make you angry, for goodness sake. But here we are in Africa, in Nigeria. Here we are talking and talking and talking. You're talking about, look at that idiot, that low IQ human being. Nobody should listen to what's that his idiot name, or Asari Dokubo. Asari Dokubo is of fools and idiots that want to listen to him. Look at where he is. You're talking about, how you're going to kill America, when they called it. Why haven't you gone and killed those Fulani headsmen that kill people up? At least you can see those ones. Those ones are not telling you that they are coming. They are there already. Go and kill them.
There is this guy.
They are there
this
on
young
the phone.
Man. His name is Harrison Guamishu or so. I don't know if you have ever come across him. He's always this guy that goes after this, terrorists, the kidnappers. It is
the Harrison, I think
people, or they will pay ransom to get people out and stuff like that, right? Now, he put together a small team, and if you're following him, right, you can tell he's got a lot of success stories to his cap, okay? But when I see the like of Asari bragging, and we are waking up to all these stories every day, and I'm like, apart from you being used as members of the unknown gunmen terrorizing the eastern part of Nigeria, you have no positive thing you are really adding to anything. You are doing
nothing.
That's what he's doing. Your effect will be felt even in Niger Delta, right? These terrorists are in Niger Delta. They are kidnapping people in Niger Delta, in the creek today.
Exactly. In the creek, they are kidnapping people. You are sitting down there dreaming of the American soldiers.
They are killing their men. They are killing them on the way to the farm in the creek. That's how far they've gone. So where is Asari?
No, Asari is on his phone trying to tell people that he's a strong man when he's just a coward, hiding in the creek, doing absolutely nothing and waiting for the American soldiers that he's going to kill. When he has a target that he can use all that his bravado to go and do something about. No, he's not doing any of that. He's to put on his phone and tell us how he's going to do this and how he's going to do it. Anyone listening to Asari Dokubo, I think you are just losing IQ, just listening to that man. Just turn it off. Whenever he shows up, just turn him off because he's not worth your time, at the end of the day. But now, Nigerians, what are you people waiting for? You don't have a country. You don't have a leader. Do something about these people. You are waiting for, I don't know exactly what we're waiting for. We know we have a massive problem, and we've been saying this thing. We're going to wait for 2027. 2027 will roll around. You guys will still have this bunch of criminals ruling you up and down the whole place. It's time to take whether it's your community back or, because like I said, we don't have a country.
You want to take back from
exactly
back from these guys by stopping the continued defense of the same people who don't wish you well. And it's easier to do that. Right? Whatever. I think it is easier to do that. Depends on if people really want to do that. But the level of a condition, in social condition that they've subjected people to for this long, almost makes it impossible.
I just wanted to put my 2 cents in there. I know that for me, I feel like there are multiple truths at the same time. Whether people feel like, America is interested in resources, whatever. So many things can be true at the same time. It is also true that there is a genocide going on in Nigeria. And if we do not arrest it now, right, it is still going to come and meet us, even if you feel like, you're safe because you're in the southeast or whatever, it's still going to come and meet you. And at that point in time, is that when you want to do something? Now is the time to actually do something about it. Like you said, you made the example of this Harrison.
Yep.
he's doing something about it. He's not broadcasting, or maybe he is, I really don't know.
No,
but he's doing something about it.
Broadcast anything is just to give his followers updates. And I'm talking about success stories, true life stories. People who are, okay, take for instance, you remember that Aisha girl that got kidnapped in Auchi?
Oh yes, that got, yes.
Right? Well, he and his crew were the ones who actually took the ransom. They had to pay the ransom to get her out. So success story like that, sometimes they will even capture the kidnappers. And I've seen so many story that I'm like, this is just somebody, right? An ordinary citizen, right? Who somehow was able to convince a group of security guys, pay them to go on this